How many of you have been stuck at home with absolutely nothing to do during quarantine? I know that I have too, and crocheting is one way that I've used to pass the time. Crocheting is a great lifelong skill that is easy to learn and do, especially during quarantine. Today, I'm going to be teaching you what materials you will need, how much they will cost. I will be showing you a few basic stitches, and I will be walking you through how to read a crochet pattern. Before you can begin crocheting, it's important to know what materials you may need and how much it will cost you. Materials for crocheting can be bought at Hobby Lobby, any craft store, Walmart, or Amazon. Crochet hooks are essential to crocheting as they are what helps you crochet. They can be bought individually between $3 to $10, or sets of crochet hooks can cost between $10 and $15. Yarn is also an important part of crocheting, and skeins of yarn can cost anywhere between $2 to $10 depending on the size and brand that you buy. Another tool that you will need during crocheting is scissors, as it will allow you to save your extra yarn for another project. So now that you know what materials you may need and how much it will cost you, let me show you a few basic stitches you can do. In crocheting, we use a lot of abbreviations, and this chart here displays a bunch of different abbreviations used in crocheting. The two with arrows pointing to them are the two I will be talking to you about today. The first one is a chain, which abbreviation is CH. The chain is a very important part of crocheting, and it is a part of every single project you will do. So it's important not only to know its abbreviation, but also how to do it. The chain is the base of your crochet project, and so you need to know how to do it correctly. The other stitch I will be showing you will be the single crochet. This is another basic stitch that is easy to know and easy to learn, and will also be an important part of your crocheting journey. I will now demonstrate to you how to do these stitches. So the first thing I will be showing you is how to do a slip knot. This is important because you need to be able to keep the yarn on the hook. So to begin, you will have a short tail and a long tail. For this, you'll be taking your short tail and wrapping it around your long tail. You'll then take this loop at the top and twist it a couple of times. It doesn't matter which direction, you just need to twist it a couple of times. You'll then take your long tail and push it through your loop, and it'll create this. Then pull your short tail to create the knot. This is a great knot to use in crocheting, as you can easily change the size of your loop by either pulling on the loop or pulling on your long tail. Now that we have our slip knot done, I can show you how to do a chain. In order to start your chain, you will need to insert your hook into your loop. You then pull the loop tight against your hook. To start the chain, wrap the yarn around the back of your hook like this, and then pull that yarn through your loop. You will then repeat this process until you have a chain of yarn, and it will look like this, or like the image shown above. From the chain, you can then go into numerous different stitches, but the one I will be showing you today is a single crochet. For a single crochet, you're going to take your needle and you're going to insert it into one of the stitches of your chain. So you will now have two loops on your hook. Wrap your tail yarn around your hook and pull it through one loop. Once again, you're left with two loops on your hook. Wrap your yarn around your hook again and pull it through both loops. You now have a single crochet. You can then, for practice crocheting and chaining and doing single crochets until you have the stitches down and so that they are nice and even. Another great thing about crocheting is that if you make a mistake, it's easy to take out. All you have to do is take your working tail and give it a pull, and it's all taken out. So now that you know what a few basic stitches are, I can now walk you through how to read a crochet pattern. A crochet pattern is a written instruction of how to crochet a project or a piece of crocheting. A few important things to remember about crocheting are to follow the directions exactly as they state, because if you miss a stitch, it could completely throw off your entire project, causing you to restart the entire thing. Another important part of patterns that you need to pay attention to are the asterisks. The asterisks highlight what needs to be repeated in the pattern. So everything that follows a pattern or comes in between two asterisks need to be repeated. Your pattern will state exactly how many times you need to repeat this. So for instance, in this one, a it just says you need to repeat it around. And because it is a hand pattern, your pattern is in a circle. Now that you know how to read a pattern, you can now begin starting on your crocheting journey. Today, I have taught you what materials you will need and how much it will cost you. I've demonstrated a few basic stitches you can do, and I've walked you through how to read a pattern. Crocheting takes time and practice, but once you get the hang of it, it is a great lifelong skill that you can use and enjoy. So the next time you're stuck at home in quarantine or bored out of your mind, go pick up your crochet hook and start creating.